What's up, everybody? It's Jarvis from Strong Dragon Training, and today I want to touch a little bit on the whole idea of mental health and physical fitness. Now, I'm not going to go into the high depths of mental health and the brain and all that. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist or anything like that. However, I do want to touch on something that I pretty much see on a day-to-day basis when it comes to this whole pandemic right now. I've also posted something on my Instagram account. If you haven't seen it yet, is DRAGOSMUTASCU on Instagram. And I posted something on how this pandemic right now, this COVID-19 pandemic, is affecting a lot of people mentally. The whole lockdown, the whole not being able to go anywhere, not being able to being social, and as silly as it may sound to some people, and I deal with a couple of people as well that come up with the idea, well, what's the big deal? You just stay home and do nothing. Like, why do you have to go places? Why do you? It breaks down into what kind of person you are, and I can tell you that 8 out of 10 people that I know are social and would prefer to be in places not 24 hours, just an hour, 2 hours a day, or even half an hour a day, to be in a place where there's other people, where they can socially interact and not necessarily verbally. Like, for example, a gym. You have people around you. You get that feeling that you're not alone necessarily, you're not abandoned, you're not stuck. And to some people it gets to the extreme where the life is coming to an end. Everything that we knew from before is not happening, and it's probably never gonna happen, and that scares the living lights out of them. And now more than ever, it is critical to stay active. As different as this may sound, and going back to saying that, okay, the gyms are closed, we can't go to places where we can work out and be around people. It is what it is. We can't right now. Most of the gyms, especially near the Peel, the Toronto, and I believe Brampton as well, they're all closed down. You can't access them. You have your home. You don't necessarily need a fitness facility in order to stay active. Okay, walking outdoors. Going up and down your stairs in your house, doing some push-ups, doing some squats, just simply moving, as opposed to just sitting on the couch and thinking and worrying when this pandemic is going to be over. Okay, a lot of people are either working from home, are laid off at home, are just confined to their four walls at home, which, to me personally, and I will tell you that straight up, if I could not go out and I would have to be stuck in a house for the entire day, maybe I'll just step outside to get my mail, or step outside to make sure, aliens didn't come in to visit us, I would go insane. I would go nuts. I would not know what to do. And the problem with that is, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are the same, I can't focus anymore on work. Everything is quiet. Nobody is bugging me. I'm in a confined room. I'm trying to do my work, but it gets to the point where my brain races and it starts thinking of things. Well, what if I have the virus? Or what if I get in the future? What's going to happen? Or what if this never gets resolved? Or things get shut down again? Or it gets to the point where, you just go crazy. You just go nuts. And what are you going to do at that point? And I'll tell you the answer right now. You need to stay physically active. The post that I've put on my Instagram account is a simple little challenge. Every hour you're doing something, okay? Whether you have to work from home because your job requires you to do, or if you're just at home because unfortunately you don't have a job right now anymore, it doesn't cost you anything to do 60 seconds of a squat, or 60 seconds of running on the spot, or 60 seconds of jumping up and down. Anything that gets your blood moving, that gets your muscles activated, forces the brain to start getting into a better mood, into a more happy, into a more relaxed mood. Okay? This will help you like you wouldn't believe. And this is a great and straight connection to my past experience as a kinesiologist and exercise leader with VON, the Victorian Order of Nurses, when I had to deal with the senior population. Now at that time, I stopped that job back in 2018. But at that time, obviously, there was no COVID, there was no lockdown, everybody was going everywhere. But I was dealing with the population 65 and over. So I was dealing with seniors on a daily basis. And some of these people were not able to walk, had nobody to help them walk, because if they stood up and they would walk too far, they could have fallen. They just wouldn't trust themselves, or they were just so depressed. They really didn't want to go anywhere. Life was over for them. They were just, in their mind, they were a waste of space and waste of air, waiting for death to come any single moment. So it was, and don't get me wrong, I had the, cheerier population and some of the seniors who were in their 80s and they were extremely active and they were running all the time and they had a house to take care of and clean and groceries to get. But then there were the other side of the of my clientele who were stuck in a nursing home, or they were ill and weren't able to move. But do you see the correlation over there? The population and my clientele that was happier and more active and had something to do throughout the day were able to enjoy life better rather. They weren't expecting to die any single second, or they weren't wishing that, they would just be rid of this whole pain and this hard living type idea. And the exercises that I would go and do with them were extremely simple. It was just simply getting up and down from a chair, moving your hands over your head, simple, silly things like that that got their blood moving, and the simple sheer of me being there and, exchanging a couple of words with them and exchanging this and trying to push them a little bit did a whole world of wonder for them. And that transitions perfectly right now with the pandemic. You have loved ones, you have people that are close to you that could come maybe and visit you, even with social distancing, even if you have to wear masks. But exchanging those words for those 15-20 minutes can make a world of a difference to you if you have to be stuck inside a house for pretty much the entire day. But also being active, having something to do around the house, having to clean the house, or maybe you have a project in the house to get things better and improve your home, or work on your car in your driveway, or whatever the case is. As long as you keep moving, you stay active, you give your brain a reason to work. Your brain, your body, give them a reason to work. It is critical to have your body and your brain feel useful. If the moment either of them feel useless, like, okay, I'm just sitting on a couch right now and there's nothing to do, that's the moment when you're going to hit depression. That's the moment when you're gonna wonder, well, is this all worth it? What am I around for? I just want to jump off a building right now. And believe it or not, there are a lot of suicides out there that happen. Well, I don't even know the percentage right now. I actually didn't do my research before this video, but if you guys know, drop me in a comment below. What is the percentage right now of suicide because people are just depressed and they don't feel that there's a worth to be alive anymore? And I completely understand that it gets to that point where you can't control it anymore. The depression is so deep and so strong, and that's when we transition over to the medical cases, when those people actually need help. But we are looking right now at more milder cases, things you can control, things you should control, and things which are easy to control by just simply being active. But make no mistake that if you don't control this depression right now, this feeling of uselessness and this feeling of what am I going to do anymore, it is going to eventually transition into a depression. And you are looking at panic attacks, you are looking at all these different cases which will destroy your life altogether. So my message for today, going back to my experience as a kinesiologist with the Victorian Order of Nurses, the VON, and my senior population, and what I see around me right now, give yourself, and as cheesy as this may sound, give yourself a reason to live. Give yourself a reason to stay happy and mentally sane. Whether it's being active and just doing exercises, whether it's doing a project around the house, whether it's fixing your car, whether it's just challenging yourself today to walk 2 kilometers, any kind of activity or project that will take you away from being stuck in between 4 walls and not knowing what to do with yourself will do you a world of good, will prevent you from any kind of mental disorders, any kind of body disorders, will prevent you from packing on the weight. If it's nothing to do with your brain, think of it the other way too. You're stuck in your house doing nothing, packing on the weight, packing on the pounds, and it is all hand in hand. One thing will lead to another, and you will always end up at this point of depression, at this point of gaining weight and just feeling horrible about yourself. So be very careful out there, guys. Make sure that right now, yes, we are certain regions are in a stage 2 lockdown. We can't go to restaurants. We can't be in gyms in certain places. We have to keep the social distancing. We have to be with masks on. We have to be with this. We have to be with that. It's not all just because, yeah, we feel like having a mask on or we feel like closing things down. It affects the economy, as I'm sure most of you know, like you wouldn't believe, but it is for a reason. It is to get ourselves better. So stay active out there, stay sane, and do anything and whatever it takes to keep yourself mentally healthy. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you have any other ideas that would help anybody out there stay more active, stay more sane during this crazy pandemic, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and I'll catch you guys on my next one. Stay fit, stay healthy.